opportunity for three.
I think we see Willis coming out.
Won the NBA championship.
Have the first pick in the 1985 NBA college draft.
Season ends the hands of the Chicago Bulls. Reggie Miller is tied the game.
The Spurs are your world champions.
New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis.
Welcome to the MadGood Knicks Show. I'm Far, that's Jay, that's C. We're here to give you all the Knicks news all the damn time. Check us out on Instagram at MadGood Knicks Show. Guys,
Yo, the Knicks went 3-3 last time.
yeah, honestly,
That is a roller coaster.
it truly
They had
was.
some ups and downs. I have no idea. Far, hit them with what's on the show.
They started.
They can read it.
They can read it.
Far, just tell them what's on the damn show.
Our beloved
Jay,
owner,
it's good to have you
James
back,
Dolan,
man.
put in a song, and it's quite the hit. We're going to analyze it
Who was
the
it
only way we
featuring?
know how.
James Dolan featuring who?
I don't know.
Milli Vanilli.
It was either that or just a really bad microphone. I couldn't
I
tell.
don't know. We're going to give you our thoughts on it later on.
That is supposed to be my bet.
Girl, you know it's true. Girl, you know it's true.
That is supposed to be my bet.
You'll see we got a little nice little
James
skit
Dolan,
going for
not
you.
Yo, it seems like there's two
Yeah,
different
there you
versions
go.
of the Knicks, too.
Does it really?
We're going to talk about that. The home versus the road Knicks.
That
Who
makes
the
sense.
hell are
The
these New
injured
York
versus
Knicks?
the not injured.
Will the real Knicks please stand up?
Moreover, everyone's favorite topic,
True.
Carmelo Anthony.
Why are we still talking about this, man?
Wait, we got to discuss the
Carmelo
trade, though.
Anthony.
We have to discuss the trade,
We
right?
have
That
to- we
trade
gotta-
happened years ago. We Gallinari now plays on the
We're not
Clippers.
talking about that trade, my brother.
Oh shit, we're not.
We're
No.
talking
What
about
trade are we talking
Ennis the Menace, and
Dougie McBuckets.
there you go,
And
guys.
the second round pick.
Who?
Long story short, I like the trade.
Okay, all right. Well, we get to hear your point of view, which is usually wrong. So,
Oh,
what else is
damn.
coming?
Okay,
Of
okay.
course, we got Young Core Diaries and much more on the way. Guys, when KP got hurt, how scared were you? Don't front.
To be honest, I
Go
wasn't
front. Who
scared at
cried?
all.
Who cried?
I'm the
You
one
cried.
who gave him the Lizard
He cried.
nickname, so I know he heals and regenerates quickly.
You heard it here
Yeah,
second.
I didn't cry, but I was extremely scared. Like my
Shut up, your
butthole
opinion's
was like
usually wrong.
this tight.
Which is not usually.
Versus. He gets
All
a
right,
lot
on
up
to
there.
the next segment.
Let's do it, guys.
On to the next
Let's start the show.
Last week's question of the week: Tim Hardaway Jr. Is he going to be a Knicks All-Star by his second season? Thank you, everyone, for commenting below. Daniel Lee got featured on this week's episode. Now, next week's question of the week. Frank, is he struggling? Is he going to stop? Is he going to continue? Comment below if you want to be featured in next week's episode. Tune in and see if you made it.
All right, so we're talking about two different teams here.
Will the real New York Knicks please stand up? Will the real New York Knicks please stand up? Please stand up.
In reality, we're talking about one, but they are two completely separate teams on the home court versus the
And
road
away.
court.
Which one is which?
What's popping here, guys? So
Yo.
Knicks are what, 1-6 on the road,
10-4 at home.
leading the NBA in home wins.
That's insane, though, as they should be, because the Garden's a mystical, magical place that can only house one unicorn, right?
Mystical, magical place.
That was
I
my
want to go
unicorn
to
sound. I
this
don't know
mystical,
what it
magical
is.
place. So first and foremost, let's talk about home. All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Garden. So before we get into stats and all that good stuff, we said this way early in season 1 about what it means to play in the Mecca, what it means to play Madison Square Garden. I'll give my 2 cents real quick. I'm curious to get your guys' opinion, but winning in the Garden means more than winning at any other court in the world. I think that's a given. And when you do win here, you are legendary beyond what you have accomplished because of the mere fact that you're playing in front of millions of fans. in the number one media market in the world. And that's what this team is doing, and they're dominating at home, and I love it.
Yeah, I think I second that. But to go a step further, it's a beautiful thing when you have homegrown players like KP and Tim Hardaway Jr.
And Frank.
Who?
Frank.
And Frank as well, thriving at home. Because that solidifies a foundation for
does.
you. If you can win at
Not to
home,
mention Kyle and Lance.
but they're not homegrown.
They're from New York.
Yeah, they were drafted.
God,
with
now
the
we're
Knicks,
just getting
but-
so technical.
They didn't know what
I
halal and
was
chopped
giving it
cheese
to them.
was, man.
He
I
was
don't know.
made in New York.
So
Jay, what do you
Carmelo.
think about the Knicks at home?
Bro, I mean, the fans are the sixth man.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
it. You said it.
I know, and
Yeah.
come on, like it's a beautiful thing to see. There's no place like it. Everyone loves to visit here. Everyone marks it on the calendar. It's an honor for these people.
Can we just say this right now, man? That the fact that I know Kanter's not from here, but damn it, man, I feel like he's an honorary son. Man. I love this guy.
Man.
He is a New Yorker.
He's like
I mean-
like the kid who immigrated here in high school. And everybody's down with. It's dope, man. Like you a New Yorker, man. I fucks with you. Can't
sure.
I fucks with you.
I mentioned to Far, I'm ready to give this man the keys to the city. KP has the keys to the franchise, but this man can have the keys to the city.
Yo, this is very premature of me to say this, but I would love to see him as a lifelong Knick and goddamn, man, retire this man's jersey. 00. Yeah, because
Already?
he is the heart.
again.
That too. Man, he is the heart of
Just
this
to round
team
out
right
this
now.
point quickly on Kanter and what he's doing at home and how the Knicks are playing at home. You look at the '90s Knicks. They played with us great.
Exactly.
But they go down as legendary players, and they never won a chip. The reason for that is because they did it in New York.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other side of the coin. I hate to talk about bad news,
Stats?
but the Knicks are 1-6 on the freaking road, man.
Yeah, they
So
are.
let's go through the Knicks stats first and
Stats.
foremost. The Knicks on the road are 1-6.
That is awful.
Can we get a home check real quick? What's that home record?
10-4, man.
There we go.
1-6 on the road. All right, points per game on the road, 96.6.
That's not going to cut it.
96.6. Dude, that's a huge drop off from at home. They're averaging 108.5, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's 100.
Yeah, dude, you're right. I was just G-checking you, baby. That's not going to cut it, guys. From
It's not gonna
108
cut
at
it all.
home to 96 on the road.
So, and then
what do you think the cause of that is?
we can go through all the other stats too, but what's weird is they're relatively
Yeah.
the same.
They're within like 4, right?
Roughly. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think it really is the Madison Square Garden crowd.
It's
That's
got to
the-
be, right?
That's the X factor.
So
Yeah.
when you have a young team like the New York Knicks,
Mhm.
they feed easily off of their atmosphere,
Right.
Because they don't know any better, and I think that's what's happening.
Well, it's
You
sad
think they get
because
shook on the road? Because
I don't think so. You know what? I think not necessarily that they get shook, because I don't think KP's ever gotten shook. I can't see Kanter getting shook. THJ, I don't know. But I think it's more of like they can't find that groove, that motivation on the road that they would have, because they don't have that like veteran guy who's going to come out and set the tempo.
You know what's-
and that's the thing. They don't set the tempo on the road. There's no one guy that just hammers it in.
It's supposed to
on
be
the
KP.
contrary, though, they do start off
Yeah.
every first quarter red hot and then just tank. So they set the tempo.
But
I
they
think-
don't know
I
how to
think
keep the tempo.
They don't know how to keep the tempo.
That's true.
But I think one of the key issues here is the fact that they're on the road, they go on these runs, then they get comfortable. And they do the same thing at home. Actually, they start off a little bit slower on the home court. They get comfortable.
It's true. Yeah.
And the crowd just carries them through their hot plays. As soon as Tim
You know
Hardaway
what?
hits a three, the crowd explodes.
You're
That doesn't happen on
absolutely
the road.
right, Far, and I stand corrected on this one. At home, they usually start off slow. On the road, they start off hot, and then it swaps. As the game goes on at home, we pick up steam, and on the road,
So,
we lose steam.
Can we say it's pace? We don't know really how to pace ourselves for the game.
No, pace overall, I mean...
We're not,
But he's not talking about that pace.
Yeah, I'm not talking like pace.
He's
per
talking about
possession.
pacing our like energy. Yeah.
That's quite possible.
That's fair, yeah.
Because when you are that young too, and this team is relatively young, you get a huge adrenaline boost from
Right.
the crowd. These aren't.
Dude,
aren't
I get
30-year-olds
electrified at home from the crowd.
that-
You know what I
that's-
mean?
That's the Garden magic.
And really quickly before
Might
we
wanna
send the
get that
segment
checked
off,
out. That's
oh,
weird, getting
is that weird?
electrified at home. Yeah, that's weird.
is more than like 8 hours?
It's
Should I
Garden's
go to the hospital?
electrifying Garden.
Yeah, I don't know. You might want to
Most
get that
If
checked
it lasts more than 8 hours, should I have it checked out?
out. Definitely.
Oh damn.
Are we talking about basketball anymore, guys?
I was talking to
Wait, the camera's still rolling? Pierre, can I get some water?
Yo, Pierre.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
All right.
Waiting for the water, Pierre.
Oh, Pierre.
No, but in all seriousness, though,
Yo, Pierre, you
who
want to
the
come
fuck
out
are
here?
we going to in these moments? That obviously it has to deal with the fact that we don't have a point guard to really pace ourselves
Yeah.
throughout the game.
Player for player, I think KP's difference between home and road is huge. And
No, but it's a
everything-
matter of what, 8 points, I think.
Yeah,
And
that's
hold on,
big,
hold on.
though.
But
That
let me
is
say though,
huge.
no. Still, I mean, it is huge. But no one was expecting KP to be doing what he's doing at home. But him doing 8 points less is still better than what he's averaged his whole career. So it's
That is
still an
true.
improvement. Let's keep this relative.
No, but I don't think we're arguing whether it's an improvement or not. I think we're discussing the fact that, like, is it helping the team to where
I'm
his
sorry.
full capability?
Like for KP, unless he's scoring 30 to 32 every night, that's what is going to make us either a win or lose team. That's not fair to him.
Well, here, I have something to solve that. I think Kanter needs the ball more in the post. I think he gets a lot of his points off second chance and, mismatches.
But he has like a 60% field goal percentage.
Yeah.
So he needs to shoot more. He needs the ball more, man. I would love to see Kanter get at least 15 touches a night. This
So
guy's
you're
automatic.
saying the solution
Shout out
to
to
on
Chris.
the road is giving
Kanter.
Kanter the ball more when we're on the road.
Yeah, because it also, as you know, when you play at your own pace and you feed the ball down low, it can kill the momentum of the other team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think
And
that,
none of
that
it, also
helps.
none of this helps in an NBA where 3 points are like anything. They're like pennies dropping.
Yeah.
But the Knicks have the worst 3-point defense home
That is true.
and,
And
road.
away. On- in the-
And
yeah,
on
in
the
the
road, when you can't defend a 3, you are in bad shape.
We need
Because
to
again, you
stop.
don't have the crowd.
Turnovers, too.
Turnovers is a big
they look
thing,
pretty
yeah.
bad at times.
Yeah.
So can we all agree on, obviously, the 3-point field goal percentage, the opponent's field goal percentage needs to be cut. They
Yeah.
need to
Everyone
play
looks like a
defense on
3-point
3-point
shooter against
Yeah.
us. Everyone looks like a jump shooter.
That and
LeBron looks like
turnovers.
a jump shooter against us. He's not even a jump shooter.
Yeah.
It's
No, you're right.
pathetic, man. I encourage you guys to check out the B-ball breakdown video of 3-point defense, and
We'll
that
include
just
the link.
it just switches your brain to look at how the Knicks are playing piss poor 3-point defense. They need to focus more on the 3-point defense than they do at, hey, let's try to stay with my man to avoid the easy layup. Because the 3-point defense is that's what helps stop those 20-point comebacks.
KP, you've improved a lot, but I'm still going to call you out on that. You depend too much on your length to try to close out on players.
Yeah, man.
No one's scared of you. No offense.
Hey, if they drive by, give up the 2. I don't give a
No, I'm saying if you shoot it, you shoot it. I ain't scared. I'm shooting.
KP like, see me in these streets, boy. This is the second time you called me out like, see me in the streets. You remember last season, Jay called out KP? Yo, I think, you know what? We got some more time to spend on this.
We really don't, bro.
You know what? I don't care. We're going to end this on a high note, and I just want to say I'm really proud that the Knicks lead the league in home wins. I think that's something they can hang their hat on.
It's
I think
huge.
That's really impressive.
It's so funny because I think this team's doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing
Yeah.
in terms of like being great at home and being very crappy on the road because they're young.
Yo,
And none of the stats really add up here.
if we can just win 50% of our road games and win maybe 75% of our home, we're in the playoffs, obviously.
50% is a lot on the road, man.
It is, but like, come on, man. We're 1-6 right now.
Considering we're 1-6.
Like,
That's,
yeah,
that's a
well,
lot to ask for.
let's hope the
so.
Knicks turn around, right?
Indeed. Let's hope. This went kind of long, so let's take it to the next segment.
Bye.
All right.
Welcome.
Yep. Let's bring in the next guy.
Come on in. We're ready to hear this talent of yours.
Can you explain the black turtleneck looking thing?
Is there a
No.
reason why you're wearing headphones?
Okay, headphones still going on.
I don't think he's listening to you.
I don't think he's listening to us.
I
either.
think he's just one of those people that's always nervous, so he's just trying to focus.
All right.
what I'm
Let's
saying.
Oh, you know what?
let's give it a chance. Let's see what you got.
hear 'em out.
Apparently, we will be
I'm excited for
getting
this.
a folk song.
Couldn't tell by
Slightly
your outfit.
I wonder how my
slightly autobiographical. Biography. You spelled autobiography wrong.
He certainly wasn't going to be rapping to NWA.
No, he wasn't. Let's hear what you got.
know I own a basketball team. For most people, that would be a dream. Trust fund kid, it's a living hell.
Not bad.
Always some asshole telling me to sell.
Well, hang on. Before you continue there, I'm sorry. So this song is supposed to be about you owning a basketball team and someone's telling you to sell.
Why are you singing if you own a basketball team?
Why are you worried about what other people are saying?
Well, you're a trust fund, baby. You got a lot of money, man. All right. Well, in any case,
We'll let you continue. You know,
we don't want to stop you from pursuing your dream
go
of
ahead.
singing. Let's go.
Let's hear this.
Orange and blue.
He flies JetBlue.
I think so. Maybe spare it with how he feels.
Oh, my ears.
It seems like jazz music meets Kodak Black in not the best way possible.
It's the elongated goodbye. It's just it's putting me in a sad mood. But you know what?
Did I hear him correctly? Newspapers are calling him a dope.
Yeah, newspapers and fans.
Dude, if you're,
I feel like the problems are bigger than what you're presenting here. But
there's
let's
more to
give
the
you a
story.
chance.
Why we don't win more games? Any chance we get LeBron James. Orange and blue. Run this zoo.
Well, I think
You know,
we
it's
heard
catchy, the
about
hook.
everything that we need to hear.
Orange and blue.
Yeah, I mean, it's catchy.
It's just
enough
oozing.
criticism.
But
I think
yet
we just
he's
gotta
very
get
happy
to
about it.
whether or not he's going to join us on the road. Personally, you know what? Judging by your lyrics, I would love to own a basketball team one day. That would be my dream. You know, I want to start off with something positive and some encouragement. So what I will tell you, sir, is to keep running your team from afar. You know what? Don't worry about what those comments have to say. And as far as your singing goes, I'm sorry, that's just going to be a no for me, dog. Just not happening. I'm sorry. Just good luck with your basketball team, though.
I'm gonna have to second that. That's it.
It's gonna be a no for me.
You sure you don't want to reconsider?
That's 3 no's. Sorry. Best of luck on your
Take my chances
owning team ventures.
on someone that wants to listen to me.
Later, Jimmy D.
It was Jay.
Later, doesn't matter. You're not on the show.
Carmelo Anthony. You guys remember his
My
name?
favorite topic.
Oh, yeah. You remember him, right?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
So, Jay's favorite player of all time.
Yeah.
The trade happened. For Carmelo Anthony, we gave him up to OKC. We got Enes Kanter
Oh, we're talking about that trade.
and Dougie McBuckets.
I thought it was when we gave up Gallinari and like Chandler.
I will never let that go.
That was already a
Never let
lost
that
trade. We're going to forget about that one. Let's talk about this trade, though, because my man Enes Kanter has become a fan favorite. Dougie McBuckets is cutting to the basket unlike anything I've ever seen before in a Knicks uniform.
I know.
And OKC is 8-12. At this time last year, OKC was 12-8.
I'm not.
That surprised.
I'm shocked. Don't give me that. How are
All
you
right.
not surprised?
For one, when you're taking any big three, when they initially come together, they always take time. Doesn't matter the specific names. They always
Okay.
take time.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
Okay.
Two, you're involving 3 people that always need the ball in their hands, especially Carmelo Anthony. Especially.
Okay, he's still one of the top catch and shoot shooters of all time. But he's also plus minus is, I think, above 4, which is actually very, very good, especially when your team has a losing record. So he's making the impact on the court. But we don't want to talk about OKC.
I think he's on the wrong side of age right now because I think there's only 2 players over the age of 30 right now scoring over 20 points per game.
Back to the New York Knicks. So we talked enough about OKC. The Knicks, on the other hand, what Kanter, I mean, we saw how invaluable this guy is. We went 0-3 without him. I mean, that's Exhibit A for one. Exhibit B is just the tenacity that he brings on the court. Enes Kanter is bringing on the New York Knicks court what Joakim Noah was trying to bring last year.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
And I think that he did it actually perfectly. Because if you look at his post-game interview even, he keeps calling out the fans, and he's like, the fans do this, and the fans are the 6th man, and everything. He knows exactly what to do. I think when he came to New York and we got news of that trade, Russell Westbrook had to talk with him, and a couple other guys had to talk with him. They're like, yo, like, own this. Treat it exactly how he's treating it right now, and he's going to do well in New York.
I'm ready to give him the keys, bro. The keys to the city, the way he's acting, the things that he says, bro, like that's New York right there.
Not
That's
the keys to the franchise. That's KP's.
No, keys to the
we
city.
only got one copy.
Yeah, keys to the city.
Keys to the city, he could have it. hey, Kanter for mayor. Let's do it. Let's get this done.
Let's not forget about McBuckets, though.
Let's not,
because McBuckets really just came out of nowhere, and this man's percentage has gone up, slashing more than anything else. He's showing he has other facets to his game that people seem to have forgotten about.
It's absolutely fantastic to see because, again, I cannot stress on this enough. We haven't had a guy cut this much in forever, unless it's like a scrub who's just trying to get playing time.
He's
cutting.
He's cutting more than those Nike jerseys are getting cut up. Seriously.
So all in all, Jay, what do you think? Roughly 20 games into the season.
Yeah. Who's better off?
Yeah.
Who do you with the Knicks?
Got
the Knicks are better off. You already know a player like Carmelo Anthony, what he's going to give you night in, night out. It's just about meshing with the team. Right now, I think the better team is the Knicks.
I think that's hard to argue with. I think what the Knicks have done so far, and sure, the records aren't far off, and actually the Knicks were better last year record-wise, but you look at the way that they're winning games, look at the way that they're losing games on the road, and just the tenacity that they bring every single game, what Enes Kanter has brought. I mean, I don't think that Carmelo Anthony could ever bring that type of
leadership.
And I'm such a die-hard Carmelo fan. Don't get me wrong, Melo.
He's a
I
scorer,
love you,
but there's a whole different type of leadership. The fact that Kanter's talking to his teammates saying, "Go get a technical, go fight, go start something." It's all about just sparking that energy. I don't think Melo was ever the type of player to, go do this, go do that, other than pass me the ball.
Oh God, I can't take this, but like, it's not. We're not arguing Carmelo right now. So drop in the comments. Roughly 20 games in, about a quarter of the way into the season. Who do you think has won the trade so far? Let's take it to the next segment.
All right.
Welcome to another edition of the Young Core Diaries, where we look at all the young players and see what they're doing. This time around, we will be covering Frank Ntilikina and Kristaps Porzingis. In case you didn't know,
one up, by the way. I heard that.
We're just talking about how like no players commentators can pronounce his name. It's kind of getting me annoyed. Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith.
Is because Ntilikina has size. With a long point guard, Ntilikina, they're...
So, Frank, let's talk about him. There's been huge discussions across the board on his quote-unquote regression. And, talks of, what's going on with Frank. He had a very high plus-minus when he came in, and now it's dipping. Thoughts?
There's no regression. This guy, we're only, 22 games into the season or whatever. I think he came in on a high. Maybe he's not even used to playing this many games, to be honest with you. I know he's not playing high minutes or whatever, but it's an adjustment period in the NBA. You're going to see highs and lows with the kid. Not much to worry about, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think people are going to point to his stats and look at, hey, he did this, first few games, now he's doing less of this, including steals and all that good stuff. I think what Frank's doing is what a rookie is supposed to do, a primed rookie is supposed to do. When he understands the game, he understands his weaknesses. He's been shooting a lot more lately.
Right, he has.
He's been
He's
been passing a lot less for that reason. So the concentration is more focused on his offense, taking a little bit away from his defense. So all that coupled together, you kind of get to understand why Frank is acting the way he is.
He had a cold the other day. You know what I mean? So he was a little sick. He was a little under the weather.
And it was visible, too.
Yeah, very visible. He even told Coach Hornacek to sit him out because he was hurting the team.
The following game, he came out, shot I think he went 3 for 5 from the field, which, again, Frank's standards here, solid. I still think down the line he's going to be a very, very good player. What we can get from him this season, TBD. Right now, he sits at 4.7 points per game.
Yeah, really?
1.4 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.4 steals with a plus-minus of minus 0.5.
I just encourage guys to look at him, look at his play on the court, and not so much the stats, because obviously, as you just saw, the stats caught me off guard. Not too impressive.
Stats are addicting. Let's talk about our other young guy.
Who? We don't have, KP?
The lizard? Let's talk about the lizard.
Let's talk about him. So far this season, he's averaging 25. I know it's a little dip from the 32 we saw earlier in the year. It's going to happen. He's still averaging, I believe, 7 points more than last season, which is a career high, 25 points per game. But he's also averaging a career high 40% from 3. Something that I wasn't too happy with, though, man. I got to admit here, and this is something that I spoke, Steph and Pete actually spoke a lot about KP, about his rebounds. He's averaging a career low in rebounds. I want to discuss that with you and why you think that is. 6.8, is it Kanter? What do you think?
It helps when a guy like Kanter's on the court, right?
That's true.
It helps when there's a dog like that going for every single rebound. That's one of the reasons why he compliments KP so well and allows KP to do what he has to do in terms of shooting from the outside and driving the ball in. That's one reason.
I agree.
Second reason, KP, I think he knows, he understands that he's the scoring, not necessarily that. I think he understands that he's the scoring guy. He's the guy. He's the threat. Why are you going to waste your time getting potentially hurt in the scrum for a rebound?
Oh, like how he almost did against the Heat? Twisted his ankle?
He went out, reached for the ball, and that's what happened.
You think he's going to go after those again?
I don't think so, but it's just, being inside, banging with the big guys, he doesn't quite have the body for that. I'm not terribly concerned with rebounds, but I did predict, me personally, if you go to Instagram, check it out, that he'd average 5.9 rebounds for the season.
Jeez, that's low.
It is low, man. It's very low, but I didn't expect him to increase that much on rebounds. You also notice one other thing about KP is that he has lost a little bit of that mass that he had physically.
So soon, right?
He's not really as big as he was the first few weeks of the season, and that's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you. He's not going to rebound at a high rate, but I still would like to see nothing less than 8 a game. I was shooting for a double-double a game, God forbid, but at least nothing but 8.
I think he'll be up and down all season, but I'm perfectly okay with him averaging 25 points per game and continuing to grow.
That's true. We're not going to cover too much of the other young core, but Timmy hit the shimmy. I like that.
Kanter hit the banter.
And McDougie hit the Dougie.
Catch you guys next time.
Later.
Young core. And it's a wrap.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Very quickly before we do wrap up, we didn't talk about Beasley or Noah. So Michael Beasley's been killing it, and I just wanted to get that out there.
Man, he doesn't play a lot. He should. Oh, guys,
23 minutes, 14 points. What's your question?
Should Michael Beasley be in the rotation going forward, guys? I'm curious to know.
That's a valid question.
Right?
How he's played as of late.
Melo on the left side.
Let me hear some stats, Frank.
Don't forget the question of the week, guys. Don't forget
another question of the week.
3.7 turnovers is the key one.
How many?
3.7 turnovers is the key one.
That's a lot, right?
Plus minus of a plus 7.7.
But listen, I got some more for you. His per 36 is amazing. He's averaging 17.7 points per game and 8.8 rebounds per 36, 2.2 assists.
He might need to play more.
Just saying, Coach Horny. I know you watch the show a lot. You might want to put in Beasley, baby.
Listen.
Your favorite player's favorite player. Coming from your favorite Knicks page's favorite Knicks page.
Melo on the left-hand side. So come on, can't you tell my excitement?
He loves Beasley.
I love Melo.
He wasn't excited with Melo on the right-hand side, so why don't you get excited?
I just love anything related to Melo.
Any last words on Noah?
It's good to see you back, big man.
It was, good fucking play, taking it to the rim. You should be doing that against the G League.
Year and a half, I haven't heard a single compliment.
No. I'm meaning that as a compliment.
No,
it's something you should be doing.
We had some pilot episodes early last year that we never aired, and he was actually talking good about Noah. But since then, it's the first time, Jay.
Come on.
Are you offended by Noah's comments?
We can change opinions here on the MadGood Knicks Show. Finally, don't forget the question of the week. Frank Ntilikina. Are you guys concerned about him? He's been on a little bit of a slump. Is there anything to worry about? Let us know in the comments below. We'll feature your answers on the next show.
But wait, don't forget about the bonus question of the week. Should Michael Beasley be included in the lineup at some point?
Let us know, guys. We'll catch you again very, very soon. Let's go, Knicks. Lizard power. Doesn't
the
sound
next
good as
episode
unicorn.
of the MadGood Knicks
Lizard unicorn
Show.
Shout out to Steph and Pete.
Miss you,
Much
baby.
love.
Mwah, mwah.